folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. Alright, what we're going to do now with the DURAFly Tundra version 3, we're going to do an endurance flight. I've got a 3300 4S, 3300, way bigger than what it calls for. And we're going to take it up, fly a timer set for 7 minutes. We're going to land at the end of that 7 minutes and check it, see where we're at. I'm not going to be doing, I'm just going to be flying normal flying, a little bit of aerobatics, a little bit of craziness, just regular flying, just to see how long I can fly this plane. So we're going to start out with 7 minutes and see how it goes. And so far, I'm very, very impressed with this plane. Like I say, it's a 4S battery. And I can tell, I'm up high, I know. I can tell I've got a heavier pack in there. All right. But I can also tell that the wind penetration is a little bit better. I'm pushing a little more weight through the air. So we'll check it after 7 minutes. Just kind of see where we're at. All right. A little bit of a knife edge air. Snap roll. Right. And just so you know, the battery, when I checked it, when I put it in, had 97% in there. So far, the only thing on this plane, the only thing I don't like about this plane is the wheels. I mean, don't get me wrong, they look cool, the lettering on the side, but they're so hard. And I'll be honest, I'm probably going to change them for E-Flight timber wheels. They're softer and they're just as durable, and they're very light also. They're slightly heavier, not much heavier than these foam wheels. But these foam wheels, every time I land, I just feel like, to me it sounds like they're just going to snap in half. I mean, even on good landings, there we go, a little pop in the wheels there. All right, let's go back over here. That 7 minutes is going to go by quick. Let's land her, see if we can't walk the dog a little bit. There.
Time remaining 5 minutes.
That's what I call walking the dog, and all that is just an extended touch and go. All right, we're past the 5 minute mark now. A little bit of a knife edge going away. Okay. All I can tell you is I really wish Mama could film this right now. But she's got to work, and I've got the day off, so I'm going to fly. See? I know I kind of plopped them down, but they just sound like they're just going to snap in half to me. All right. Lights on this plane are awesome. Very bright. We flew her this morning on her maiden flight, and it was really dark, foggy. And I tell you what, boy, those lights were a lifesaver. Let's see if I can actually land on the runway without a horrible bounce. There we go. That's not too bad. Not too bad. All right, past the 4 minute mark now. And she'll snap roll. And again, I cannot stress enough, you've got to make sure you install those wing struts. With what I just did now, very likely could have just snapped them wings right in half. All right. Inverted flight, no problem. Now let's do a nice quarter roll. All right. Basically, I mean, outside of 3D stuff, this plane will do anything you need it to do, especially on 4S. All right. Walk the dog a little bit more there. Da 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 da. Okay. All right, we're gonna thread it out now, kind of drive along.
Remaining 3 minutes.
Ride along kind of slow now. Kind of go easier on the battery. Show you some of the slow flight. All right, now, gonna lop them big old barn door flaps down. Let me show you just how slow this plane will go, especially into the wind. I mean, come on. Look at that. She's almost standing still. I mean, that is fabulous. Fabuloso, man. Fabuloso. Well, that sounds stupid, didn't it? Now, the nice thing about those flaps, those big barn door flaps, they're slotted. So they got a large space.
2 minutes.
There's a large space above them letting the air go through. So they act more like true air brakes. All right, but I'm not going to use that to land. All right, we're gonna go ahead and land because we're at the 5 minute mark. And let's just see. Maybe. Now, hold on. You know me, I gotta have that greaser. Even with the wind and these hard wheels, I gotta have my greaser. Now, on a tail dragger like this, think of your tail as a tail hook, like on an aircraft carrier. And that, like I just did now, that negates an awful lot of that bounce.
Braking.
And since I don't want to turn against the wind, I'll just go backwards.
Cruise mode.
All right. Let's check our battery and see where we're at. Okay. Basically, we flew for 5 minutes and 45 seconds. And let's see where the battery's at in our endurance test. I'm going to what do y'all think? I'm thinking it's going to be over 50%. But let's look and see. Battery is barely warm. Barely warm. ESC, barely warm too. Okay. Plane does have really good cooling, which is good. That's good for long-term. I know you're thinking, well, if you had telemetry, you wouldn't have to do all this. Well, yeah. But you know what? I'm trying to keep things as simple and as old school as I can. All right, 61%. I said, what, 50%? 61%. After 5 minutes and 45 seconds, we're going to reset the timer for another 5 minutes. No, we'll make it for 4 minutes. All right, and we're going to fly for another 4 minutes. So we'll have a total of 9 minutes and 45 seconds. And I think my first prediction was you could fly this plane on a large 3S or a large 4S for 10 minutes. But if you don't need to do anything crazy like I do, that's a definite possibility. A very strong possibility. But let's prove it. Let's enjoy some of this beautiful evening we got here in Avon Park, Florida. A little bit of wind, a little bit of RC plane action going on. Don't get no better than that. Yeah, I know. You're like, whoa, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're going nuts. You're going nuts. Yeah, you're not going to fly like I do. Okay, this plane is. I mean, I'm just showing you what it's capable of. But let's just do some more scale flying, okay? You're thinking, boy, I wish you'd just shut up and let's watch the plane. Keep her nice and low so you can see it. Show off these lights.
3 minutes.
Okay. Even with this wind, I feel very comfortable keeping this plane in low like this. She's very stable, very predictable. I still don't like the wheels. I'm sorry. They look cool. They do look cool. All right, let's bring the plane, fly it between me and the clubhouse.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
All right. With that plane having as much dehedral as it has, and the wing, it makes it hard to pull a knife edge because it keeps wanting to pull off to one side. I know, wham, 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 right? And I'm sorry for the length of the video. It's just I'm wanting to prove a point on this plane. That she can fly for 10 minutes on a large 3S or a large 4S. Because you're not going to do all this high speed and crazy maneuvers like I'm going to do. Or you might, but if you just fly around, fly your pattern, go, you know, figure eights and Cuban eights and stuff. You know, let's take her up. Take her up and do a stall turn there. All right, I'll do a tail slide. Or I think that's what that's called. All right, now let's do an actual stall. Okay, you're flying along, and then your motor dies. Full up elevator. Oh yeah, hold on, let me try that again. All right, go away from me, okay? Motor dies, full up elevator. Yeah. This wind is hard to tell with this wind. Because how she's going to actually react. Inverted flight is not a problem. Got over my head there. All right, we went over. And we're going to take off one more time. Come on, baby. Turn back towards me here. All right, folks. All right. We flew for 5 minutes and 50 seconds. Before we flew for 5 minutes and 45 seconds. So 10 minutes and 15 seconds on a 3300. And let's see where we're at on the battery. 10 minutes and 15 seconds. I wanted to get it over 10 minutes because my prediction was you can fly it for 10 minutes on a large 4S, and I want to see how right I am. Battery is a little bit, still not really all that warm. ESC, I've got my finger on the ESC. It is warm, but it's not so horribly warm that I can't take my finger off of it. It is warm. All right, here's our moment of proof. 10 minutes and 15 seconds on a 3300 4S Superior that has a 40C discharge. Much bigger than what the plane recommends. 29%. On a 3300, you can fly for 11 minutes, mixed flying, 12 minutes if you thread it, if you're really, really careful, and 10 minutes if you fly crazy like I do. All right, definitely a solid 10 minutes for sure on a 3300 on the Tundra. She's very light, very powerful, and very efficient. I'm sold. Folks, the price is $249 for this plane. I paid $249 for this plane. I also bought an additional prop. As of May 3rd today, they're out of this Inspire livery, but they do have the green and white one, the original, same plane, different color. And because it's so popular, I guarantee you they're going to restock soon. Folks, thank you for watching. This is Fat Guy Flies RC. If you have any questions, leave a comment, put a comment in the things. If you want to know more about the plane, go to Model Aviator. He's got a great site. I'll put a link to his site in this description of this plane, this video. I can't talk. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. God bless y'all. And don't forget, stay family and friends. And then endurance bush planes. Bye-bye.